Oh.
Harry.
Okay, I'll do it. Welcome to
Cool,
Couch on
we're
Fire
live.
podcast.
What'd you say, Ryan? I didn't hear you.
So, welcome to Couch on Fire podcast.
We're working
least
on
you
an
said-
intro reel.
At least you said it normally. The
Yeah.
last person that was on here. Sight not. Sorry.
Who was that?
Love you. Rest in peace, Sean.
Press F for respects.
All right. Are you ready? Get set. Pokemon.
What?
Let's go.
Starting just real quick.
Let's go, Eevee.
Real quick. I want to just say that Pokemon Go is not a phase. It's not. It's still going. It's huge. It's massive.
I actually just reinstalled the game because
That
of
makes
Let's Go
sense.
Eevee.
That's what they were. That was what they were going for anyway. I think.
Well, it was a phase
Yeah.
for a lot of people that, I mean, I fell out of Pokemon Go because it got irritating after a point where it was like, they finally introduced the whole trading aspect, and I was like, wow, this is trash.
Yeah, it'd be better if it was online trading, but
The
I don't know.
paywall trading drives me nuts. You're gonna make me spend Stardust to trade with my friends.
I've already spent, like, I've put in, like, I'd say $90 to $130.
but they want to encourage you to be better friends with your friends, so you can get cheaper Stardust trades if you keep giving your friends gifts. Like I got like 90% off the Stardust cost with my ultra friends or my great friends.
It,
But you
it
just have to
should
keep
be
giving them
zero
gifts.
cost to trade.
No, there's got to be.
I mean, yeah, people would just go. Everyone would have like all the Pokemon already then,
Yeah.
or everyone would have them.
How are they generating the Pokemon then? They're
You
still
have to-
catching
You
stuff.
gotta separate the mice from the men.
the wheat
That's
from the
true.
chaff, she says.
Yeah.
The most classist comment on Couch on Fire. Podcast.
I'm stoked though.
There, Jesus.
She is vicious. You should hear what she said before we started recording.
Oh yeah, about the right shoe.
It's trash.
Listen. Oh my god. All right. Well, I figured, I know we already kind of got into it, but when did everyone start liking Pokemon? That's what I want to know. Like,
I think my first game was Pokemon Yellow.
I was red.
I think I was red. I had red.
What's blue? I was the only one here that's blue. Blue version.
She's
all the way.
usually the blue position, though.
I always get, like, it was always gold. Everyone got ruby. I got sapphire. I always got the opposite of what all my friends got, so we could trade.
Oh yeah, that was a good.
Because all of my friends would have the other one. It didn't matter which friend I was having over that day. Like, I'm gonna get the Pokemon I need.
See, my thing is, I got into the games. I liked red, but I think I was more into the cards.
I played the cards a lot. Did you play the Pokemon trading card game on the Game Boy Advance?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
I
still
never
love
did that.
game. I have that on a ROM, and I'll play that once a year.
Yeah, I did that.
I didn't know they had a game like that. I just thought it was just
Yeah.
cards. And
It's
they
so
had...
fun. It's a blast. Like, I love building decks for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like my favorite thing about just trading cards and looking for the cards. I remember going into people's basements that I don't even know. This guy named Brian Bussey. I don't know if that name is familiar. Anybody?
I remember.
But I used to go over his house and just literally we would just sit down and oh, I'll trade you this Japanese one for this one. Like it was just kind of like, oh man, it was
There
crazy.
was a weird black market air to it, too.
Yeah, like
Like,
was
we all
a-
kind of had to keep secret about it. Like, we didn't want to admit we still had them and shit.
I
It
always
was-
admitted I had them.
It was weird.
What? Like, I mean, I thought it encouraged just child gambling and theft. I mean, it brought out the vices in children. It was just like the schoolyard was like, oh, I got robbed of my Pokemon cards, dude. I brought all my holographics in
Yeah.
to trade to Chris Schley in middle school. And in Magnolia, you had to go swimming for gym class.
Yeah.
And we didn't have locks on the lockers, so I had all my holographics in my clothes in my locker. Someone took them. All of them.
Shit.
Stole all my holographics, dude.
Whoa. Chris Schley, if you're watching this or listening to this, if you know what this shit is.
I think it was Jesse something. Jesse's, I don't know, he was in our grade.
We're
But
on
anyway.
cash reward.
I'm just, yeah, I mean, like, it was huge. I mean, it was like a black market, you know, underground, like, yo, I've got James's holographic cards. I'll get some to you for dirt cheap. And like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to them. They were good cards too. But it, like, you brought out that, you know, aspect of like your childhood. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
it's one of the few card games that fake ones actually are worth more than regular ones.
oh yeah, there's a fake one.
So-
And if you got a fake one, it's like, who can I rip off with that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or like finding the one kid. It was always great when you found the kid who had like a first edition and didn't know what a first edition was.
That's
It's
not,
like-
that's not cool, because I remember as a kid going to the youth center, a lot of people were like, oh, and I wasn't big into the cards at first. Like, I remember my parents bought me like 5-starter booster packs or whatever, but they'd be like, check out this one, it's cute, this is a Jigglypuff, you like how it looks? I'll give you this for a Charizard.
And you're like, oh yeah, Charizard looks mean.
I really like that. I got swindled a lot.
Oh, I
Yeah,
never
these are
had
children.
I just got swindled experience.
I got swindled in Pokemon cards at first a whole lot.
Yeah,
Because, you know,
it was all across the nation, dude. They weren't allowed on schoolyards, for Christ's sake. They were outlawed. You were like the outlaw if you brought school cards, you know, in like.
But I've never been swindled.
I've
thought
been
that-
swindled.
I thought that was yo-yos. Yo-yos got banned in Magnolia.
Were
Remember
they?
that?
I had a yo-yo. Anyway, well, like you're saying it's like a black market. It was the same way when I remember trading with you, Ryan, you and Jim, because we had
Yeah.
Game Boys, and then we had that thick ass fucking cable. Yeah, it was like you had to buy that cable separately.
Yeah.
And then
See, I didn't know. I didn't want to depend on other people to trade me, so I bought both versions. Or I didn't buy. Obviously, I didn't buy them because I had money.
Mhm.
But I eventually just kept asking for the other version, so I just traded with myself. You know what I mean? Because certain Pokemon would only evolve if you traded them.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Isn't there only certain Pokemon that evolve?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
That's
the
so-
evolution thing and then the version partitioning.
No, it
Mhm.
sucks because Alakazam and Golem are like some of my favorite Pokemon to have on my team, and you can't get them without trading.
Wow.
Hang on. Can I just interject here about the games real quick? That did anyone like get into the rumors like around to catch the Mew in blue and red?
You know, I've caught one in blue and red. My cartridge in the other room just had it. Like 10 out of
Wow.
10 confirms.
That's
Yeah.
insane. Well, I mean, maybe because you could get it with Game Shark, but there was like urban legends on like how to get Mew in red and blue.
Oh yeah. Oh
It
yeah.
was like- this is before the
videos
internet,
still
dude.
exist on YouTube.
Yeah.
It
Like we were kids, you couldn't just Google it. It was like the kid at the schoolyard would be like, "Yo, my dad works at Nintendo. He knows how to get a Mew." You know what I mean? And it was like you had to go into like a car by the SSN
Yeah.
Yeah.
and use strength on it like 100 times, something like that, and use cut on the tires, and it never worked. It's like weird that those things like circulated. You know what I mean? Like,
There's a glitch you can force to cause it to happen.
that's awesome.
It's I've done it like 3 times, and I'm not going to admit anything to Nintendo, but I've done it on the cartridge, the Game Boy cartridge, multiple times. Don't ban my Mews. I'm one to trading them away.
I mean, I just used Game Shark eventually. I was so stoked.
Fucking cheater.
But yeah, I know. And everyone got missing number too. Remember missing number?
Mhm.
You could surf up and down Cinnabar Island, and you could encounter that glitch, and it would give you 100 and some.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what is
Sorry, Alex got a
like-
phone call.
it's okay. You can talk, right?
No.
Okay, that's good. So, but here's a question for you. What was the last, like, because I know Nintendo 64 came out with Pokemon Snap. Was it Nintendo 64?
Yeah, that was 64.
Yeah. So, like, what killed Pokemon off, do you think, game-wise? Like, what do you think, like, made you stop, like, playing it all the time to both you two?
Oh, for me, it was easily the IVs and like competitive battling. Like I had an ex-boyfriend that was super into competitive battling and IVs, and he had like a journal and stuff where he would mark how many IVs he had for his Pokemon. And like I would play, and he would be like, "You're not playing the game right." And he explained everything to me, and I skipped out on like 3 generations because like that made Pokemon unfun for me.
Damn.
It was hard. Like I
Serious.
was like, this is not a good Pokemon. I'm not doing this right. I don't even want to play.
Whoa. You just got extremely deep.
It was
And
really hard.
I was
It was a
wasn't.
dark time in my life.
What about you, Ryan?
I didn't like, I was so in love with the original 150. Then they added the 200, the extra 100 or whatever it was after that. And I didn't, for me, the original 150 is like the golden age of Pokemon. Like all the names you could pronounce, they all like were tied to like real life things you knew, like Ekans was snake backwards, and Magneton was, Magnets, and Magikarp is like a carp fish. I mean, those things made sense. But then like the ones after that, I mean, yeah, you had like Totodile, which is like a crocodile, but like it started getting more like the names started getting like more Japanese and didn't make sense to me, and like I didn't attach to the characters as much. And then like after that, I was just completely lost. Like every generation after that, they got more and more like obscure, and like I just didn't like the Pokemon as they went on. I do now because I'm rediscovering them in Pokemon Go, but like for me, my interest waned when the characters started getting less like unique. You know what I mean? Like they were just kind of like Japanese things that they just threw in there.
Well, how did you feel about Gold and Silver?
Gold and Silver, like yeah, that was like the second generation. I mean, I beat them, but I could tell that things were changing for like the Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like there was just more. I don't know. I didn't like the Pokemon as much. There weren't as many Pokemon as I liked in the second generation as I did the first.
I agree, but I think Gold and Silver was it was a fun ride, like moving from yellow straight into Gold and Silver. Like all of the features that they put in Gold and Silver, night, day, the clock, the phone.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So cool. Like for me, Gold and Silver was like the peak. That was the standard for me. Like I love the Pokemon in it. I love like the radio tower. How you can go through Kanto again and catch the original 151.
Yeah, that was cool.
Gold
I did
and
like
Silver
that.
Was, like, that was peak Pokemon for me.
Like the game was good. I just like I started like not getting as into the Pokemon when I didn't know the Pokemon so well. You know what I mean? Like I grew up on the 150, so it was like those were my babies. You know what I mean? And then like when they started like moving away from them and just kind of, I started losing a little interest.
Why do you think they added more Pokemon? Was it just getting doll, the 150? Like,
you know,
I think
I'm
so,
gonna be
sure.
honest. I earnestly felt like it was kind of a cash grab.
You got to catch them all.
And that initial advertising push for the second generation felt real cash grabby. But,
Yeah, I agree.
Once
how many Pokemon are there now?
Oh my God.
700 and what's Aurora?
They just came out with a new game not that long ago.
Yeah,
like,
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and we just got the final mythical before the series goes to the Switch.
I don't have Ultra. I have regular Moon.
That's one I can't get into.
She hates the Alola region.
I just can't.
Really?
I can't play it for too long.
Hey, that's based on Hawaii. Isn't
I
it?
know. That's what I was
I
saying.
find it so charming.
I do too. It's just like actually battling and raising Pokemon. Like I really hate the Nintendogs aspect of it. Like.
Now I've always wanted this, and I don't know if the new game that just came out is like this, or where you say it's kind of like the yellow version. But I always wanted an open world Pokemon game. Like, why can't I just be an open world? Like, I can just do quests, but also do missions, and then train my Pokemon for days upon days. And I don't know. I just want an open world Pokemon game.
I mean, I guess you can kind of say Pokemon Go is like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's getting there.
Well, you have to.
It's about as literally open world as it gets. In fact,
You have daily quests,
Yeah, you got quests, you got missions, you got like things you have to meet to get prizes, or they're almost getting overwhelming, dude. I've got like 4 quests open right now.
I've got 2.
I didn't know you had quests. I mean, you have to understand. The last time I played Pokemon Go, I mean, it was just brand new. Basically, I was on that train like everyone else the first like 3 weeks, and after that, I stopped. Not that I didn't want to. It's just one of those things where I'm a fat lazy fuck, and I didn't want to leave the house. So back to open world game without leaving the house. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, I saw someone on YouTube who came with a thing because they didn't want to walk their buddy Pokemon to get the candies. They put it in a Pringle can and would just shake the phone.
Hit the pedometer in a Faraday cage. Holy shit, that might work.
Yeah, I mean, or they attach to their dog. You know what I mean? They're walking the side. just things you can do to circumvent it. But I mean, I get it. I mean, you want a video game video. It's like you gotta control it.
I mean, I see the perks of Pokemon Go. That's awesome. It's definitely a groundbreaking game. Obviously, it got a lot of people out of the house, and it's still doing a great job. You know, just a Red Dead Redemption just with Pikachu. I mean, think about that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That would be pretty tight.
That's exactly how I
actually
think of
pretty
that. You guys have seen the demo of the fan-made open world Pokemon fan game with the Unreal Engine, right?
No.
No. I don't think so.
That's really cool.
You can YouTube this, Pokemon open world Unreal Engine, and it'll be like the first thing up.
Wow.
It is.
I don't know if it was open world. It was the Kanto region Unreal.
Do they? Let me ask you this.
Charmander, and I was like, what the
Do
fuck?
do they look like the Pokemon and Detective Pikachu?
Ugh.
No.
Because I hope to God not.
No.
No, like Pikachu looks like he needs a brushing. Like.
Because that shit's matted.
Because everybody has a problem with his fur. I have a huge problem with his fur, man. I don't know. And Jigglypuff shouldn't be furry. They shouldn't be furry.
I posted a picture on the Couch on Fire Facebook page, and someone commented, and I thought it was hilarious. It said it looked like was it Pikachu? I think she said, or Psyduck. I don't know. One of them. It looks like they've seen some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
probably
look
Psyduck.
at it this way. Like they're saying, what about Jigglypuff? They're saying if you took the fur off of Jigglypuff, it would look like a whoosh, like a testicle.
I mean,
Sounds like I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
I see.
it would look like a ball without the fur.
I mean,
who are we kidding? We're all gonna see that movie and love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But we can make questions about the art decisions.
yeah. I mean, I'm actually really excited about it. It's jarring to see your childhood, Pokemon become like realized with fur. It's just you don't think about the textures.
well, do you think everything that's going on right now? Obviously Pokemon Go started pushing things forward, and now this Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, and then even that trailer dropped. Like it's all. You think obviously this is a PR thing, or is this one of those things where it's just like coincidence and now it's great? Like,
Oh
I
no,
don't
it's
know, like,
huge. It's coordinated. I think it's coordinated as hell.
Yeah, no, it's a specific and deliberate marketing campaign by the marketing executives at Nintendo.
and
Yeah.
I mean, well, do you think it's
But
going
it caught on
to bring?
grassroots. We
Yeah,
all
you think it's
like
gonna-
the product?
Oh yeah, definitely. You think it's going to bring more people in, or is this just going to reopen up? Because I know people that haven't even this stopped playing Pokemon, but as soon as they heard about this trailer, they're like, "Wow, let me see if I have my cards. Let me go see if my mom has my cards."
That's the really cool thing about this is like Pokemon Let's Go for Eevee and Pikachu. You've got like,
Yeah.
It's such a love letter to us and our childhood, like the people that played Red, Blue, and Yellow. Like it's a great reimagining of that, but it's also such a really cool thing. Like our son plays it, and he's 7, and it's really cool to see him play that and enjoy it too. But they're obviously catering to us, but they're really catering like to the other younger kids too.
And
they're-
like,
Yeah.
there's none of the middle with the people who got super obsessed with IV, EV training and all that. That got it like it was there, but nobody really knew what the hell was going on. There were just secret stats in the code somewhere. We said, but like the people that were concerned about that aspect of Pokemon are not gonna like this. It's literally catch the kids with the razzle dazzle and hook the adults with a beautiful run through nostalgia.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Playing Pokemon with a Pokeball is so fun. Like I love just sitting on the couch and going.
So you actually have a physical Pokeball?
Yeah. The
it's-
controller is the
I
Pokeball.
saw a picture of you guys when you posted it. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
Is this
that
like a
little
novelty
ball
thing?
is
Switch
the-
controller.
It's a controller, and the center button for the ball is A.
As well as the joystick.
Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
top of the ball is another button. It's essentially B. And then if you shake it, that's select or the Y button. So it's actually, I just figured out how to like sort Pokemon, sort items, just shaking the ball and stuff. You can do anything with those 3 functions,
Wow.
and it's such a fun game. Like It's a lot of novelty playing the game with just a Pokeball instead of a standard controller, you know?
I mean, Alex, you said like it was to hook the kids with the razzle dazzle, but it's like when we were kids, they did the same thing with us. I mean, remember those freaking gold-plated Pokemon cards at BK? It was like, oh my god, shiny Pokemon cards! You know what I mean? And like all the toys that came in the McDonald's. I mean, hooking kids on Pokemon with like cool shit like that is like what it's all about. I mean, like you gotta get them hooked on something cool like that. I mean, it's like. I mean, and not only that, it hooks them for a whole other generation. Now they're gonna get all the toys and all the cards and the games and.
Well,
they've crossed the generational divide
Are you talking
successfully.
about the gold-plated cards that came in one of these suckers?
We can't see it.
That's actually one of the cases.
Yeah.
They can't see. The video only gets piped into the recording.
Oh yeah.
But that was literally one of the containers right there.
Yeah.
I still have mine, dude. I still have mine, and then there was like, if you took it out, it's gonna get rusty. You don't put your fingerprints on it, and like that's bullshit. They're all fine.
It had a plastic casing on it too. We all kept our cards and sleeves and everything. Like.
Oh yeah, I've got all of my holographics, dude. I was showing Rob, dude. I've got all my Ancient Mews from when I saw the movie in theaters. They gave you an Ancient Mew.
This guy's got like 20 Ancient Mews.
still in their original packaging and everything. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. It's so much nostalgia.
Are you selling? No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, they're going for a good bit on what, eBay or something like that. I was like, holy cow.
The Ancient Mews themselves, last I checked, weren't doing that well.
No, I thought they were, but they're not. I think I just checked too.
Oh well, then what? Freaking one day I checked, they were like up to $60.
Well, I think
that's very possible. Yeah.
I mean,
like there's an active Pokemon card market, like we think of the stock market, and people trade cards based on value fluctuations all the time.
See, I would compare it more to like the hostel market, like you're selling people.
Imagine a bunch of guys in a room like, Ancient Mews up, sell.
And it drives the price down.
There's two kinds of people in the 90s. There are the Pokemon card collectors and the Beanie Baby collectors.
Yeah.
Oh, the Beanie Babies. Yeah, that was a whole other thing. And then there's Pokemon Babies, I'm sure. Like, I mean, just...
Well, like, you know, it might not seem like it was huge here. It was. But, like, I have seen mall stores in Japan that just sell nothing but Hello Kitty and Pokemon.
Oh,
like,
in Concord in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah,
there's
I don't think it's there.
Yeah.
Is there? Oh, my
gosh. It was
gosh.
a Sanrio store.
Oh, wow. But, yeah, but, like, they sell, like, it's crazy. I think, because I just read a stat that Venom, the movie Venom, I didn't see it, but I just heard it. It was okay, but it wasn't the greatest. But it still made $600 million overseas in Japan and China. But how much do you think?
It either.
Yeah.
But how much do you think Pokemon will make? Not just here, but the world.
Oh no,
like,
that's gonna hit the top 10 chart.
Yeah, and I know people are, you know, I love that Ryan Reynolds is doing it. Yes, it's a little bit of adjustment because when I hear that voice, I associate Deadpool because you know you just don't see him, you hear his voice. So, but it's kind of like, I wonder how people are going to react to this movie. I wonder if they're going to see it 10 or 17 times, you know, like, oh my God, I got to see this again.
Because there's going to be so many Easter eggs. Just in the trailer alone, you just see like, oh, there's that one Pokemon in the background, but you got to look for it. And like, you know, there's just so many things to catch. The posters on the wall behind the kid's bed, they're all alluding to epic matches between epic Pokemon, you know what I mean? It's just like, there's so many little Easter eggs to catch.
And you know we're on the lookout for that too. Like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, playing that game, when you start that game, you have the original slide of Nidorino and Gengar. I think it was Gengar fighting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that wasn't.
That's cool.
Posters in the kid's bedroom when you start, and I'm like, oh, that's such a. I already knew it was gonna be great.
Well, they pay attention to details.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah.
Dude,
So
and what
an
epic soundtrack, man.
What? Who?
We went to the Pewter City Museum in game last night, and there was an accurate timeline of the universe up on the wall. I was like,
Really?
yeah, that's the real image. Like, that's the one. I was so happy.
Remember the soundtrack though for the game? That the music like made the game too, dude. It was like such a great soundtrack, man. That was like the soundtrack to my childhood, man. like the battles. You know, it was just like.
That's definitely a playlist on YouTube for me. Is Pokemon OC remixes for sure.
Yeah, dude, like the
That's not
sound.
a joke.
Yeah,
I listen
to it constantly.
I listen to metal, Sinnoh battle music all the time.
Yes.
During sex.
It sets the tempo, Rob. You're doing it wrong.
It's really so. I listen. You know what I listen to?
champion.
You wanna know what I listen to when I'm doing it?
Dude, like I used to remember the Poke Rap. Did anyone remember the Poke Rap?
Yes.
Like I tried to remember the whole fucking lyrics of the Poke Rap. I could never fucking do it.
I thought I knew it, and then we watched the old school Pokemon show with our son, and the Poke Rap would come on, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know this. No, I
No.
She tried
I had
twice.
dude, there was an album. There was a Pokemon album, like a soundtrack. That's a movie, just like the TV show. And all these songs on it from the fucking show, and the Poke Rap was on there. I used to listen to it on repeat over and over and over again.
You know what we used to do? I used to go to like the youth center after school, and this is when Pokemon was like the coolest thing ever. What we did, we like do all of our stuff that we needed to do, and if you were done, like you go to the library, and we couldn't play our Game Boys or anything, but we would go to the Pokemon Pokedex website, and we would just print each page of every Pokemon and put it in our binder with our cards, and that was like the coolest thing to do, you know, like
Yeah,
learning
that's
about
awesome.
these Pokemon. I just remember that being such a really important part of my childhood. It's so
Everyone has binders. It's always the cards are always in binders.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've got binders upon binders, and they're all like fucking handwritten shit on there, like Ryan's Pokemon cards for life, don't touch or something like that. Like
Yeah.
with the whiteout pens. Remember those whiteout pens? It's always the whiteout pens.
From my point of view, I enjoyed Pokemon. I grew up with Pokemon. I had the cards. I had the games. I lost them all, and I kind of
Did
just
not catch them all.
No.
I did not catch them all. So I lost them all, and I kind of moved on from it for a little bit, and then obviously Pokemon Go, definitely when that came out, just hearing about it again and the possibilities, that kind of sparked it up a little bit. And then I have a DS, so that I bought Pokemon Moon, and that, you know, obviously I've been playing that, which is great. And then it's just this movie for someone like me, because a lot of people are probably like us. They enjoy Pokemon so much, but some of them probably don't, watch it all the time anymore, or never get a chance to look at their cards, or even have their cards anymore. But this movie that's coming out, it's just the chills that I got from watching the trailer. I watched it like 100 times. Like it just brings back, like, just hanging out on the curb with your friends playing Pokemon, or just going to crazy basements looking for cards. I mean, it's just one of those things where, it's just for someone that's, you guys are talking, like you guys still play Pokemon. I don't really play it that much, but I love it just as much. And with this movie coming out, it's definitely awesome. I'm excited. That's why, yes, the Pokemon might look a little weird, but realistically, you don't know what they would fucking look like in real life.
Yeah.
Like,
and
think about it.
I feel like they're abusing that a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'll grant it.
I'll have a hairy Pikachu. That's cool.
All I want is a realistic portrayal of Misty to see if she's as hot in real life as she is in the TV show.
Underage as she is.
What?
I was so Misty. I was like, man, that sparked a whole lifelong,
Well,
What do you-
okay, so for the record, when Ryan and I and Rob experienced Pokemon for the first time,
She
Misty
was
was
older
older
than
than
you.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have
So
had a
yeah.
crush on her for 20
Yeah.
years.
You know what I like about Pokemon girls? We get older, they stay the same age.
And dude, what was it with Brock? Brock was like forever hitting on chicks, and like Nurse Jenny, he was all about Nurse Jenny. He was just a freaking horn dog, man.
Do you think any of these characters are going to be in the movie?
I think we're gonna see cameos.
I think we'll have like
Nurse
little
Jenny.
nods to Red or Blue, but I don't think we'll see like Ash or Misty or.
Well,
Brock.
Team Rocket would be in there.
Yeah.
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 Oh, Team Rocket. Why was Meowth the only fucker that could talk? In that damn TV show.
They explained it once.
They did, didn't they? I can't remember.
Oh, in Pokemon
So weird.
Let's Go Eevee, Meowth doesn't talk. It's I was
That
really
makes sense.
surprised.
Yeah, so was I, to be honest. But it's a welcome change.
He's
Dude,
cute.
what was their thing? Team Rocket. It was like what was their saying?
Team Rocket's blasting off again.
No, but like the whole thing was like
Oh,
prepare to
intro.
fight. Yeah, what was the
Prepare for
intro?
trouble.
Make it double.
Yeah, that's right. Prepare for trouble. Make it double.
We've
What was
yelled
actually-
that at Marco before.
In sequence, at the appropriate turns, like, make it double!
Oh, God.
There's more to it after that. I can't remember.
Oh my
Prepare for double,
gosh.
Make it trouble.
No, prepare for double.
Prepare for trouble. Make
already
it
done
double.
that.
For something, those who
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation.
Oh
fighting
yes.
the evils of truth and love.
No, to extend our reach to the stars above.
What the hell? They're like
See,
canon.
James.
What is it,
I'm
canon?
Jesse,
They're just
I'm
going
James.
back.
Okay, he doesn't know it.
That's funny.
I was out of order.
Yeah, it's
That was pretty close. You're like, see now all the nostalgia is like rushing back to my head. Like, oh, Team Rocket, prepare to fight me out. That's right.
Do you guys think that this Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee is gonna like break records money wise?
I have no doubt.
To be totally honest with you, like looking at a lot of the gameplay footage and keeping up with like what they were releasing, little bits of it at a time, I wasn't impressed by it. And like I was surprised that we pre-ordered it. I was gonna be like, well, let's cancel this pre-order. I mean, it's $100 for a Pokeball Plus, and this game that's really it's just a rehash.
I
of
knew
the
she was
original.
thinking it a couple
Yeah,
times, and I was like,
we could
no,
just cancel
we're gonna
that.
smash this. I'm just not bringing it up, and I'm gonna pretend I
I mean-
didn't hear anything she says about it.
This is probably gonna be awful, but like I dropped Red Dead for this. But this game is so good, and it's just awesome. It's really for us, but it's obviously really cool for the younger kids too. Marco loves it, but for us, it's such a treat. Alex and I played it together last night. One of the cool aspects is like he can jump in as player 2. Like if I'm having issues catching a Pokemon or going through a rough battle, he just wiggles his Joy-Con and he jumps in, and it's so fun.
Sounds dirty.
It's a fun thing to do.
Joy-Cons are dirty.
Listen,
If they're
he just
not,
wiggle-
you're doing it wrong.
He just wiggles his Joy-Con and
Yeah,
he comes
wiggles
right
his
in.
Joy-Con.
And if you don't, you're doing it wrong.
Can I ask you guys a real quick question?
What's up?
It's really serious, dude. A very serious question. Was Wobbuffet an acceptable substitution for Meowth in the TV show?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
Absolutely not. Meowth was ahead of his time, man. Like I'll never forget his speech in Pokemon the first movie. Like
Yeah. And that's why. That's specifically the moment for
Dude.
me, too. When he's like, we should all just
Mewtwo
get
gives a
along.
pretty good speech. Mewtwo gives one like about like the world ending and
Yeah, he gave like 3 about trying to end the world and why humans and Pokemon don't deserve each other.
yes, and I was like yes.
But Meowth's speech countering that after Ash turned to stone, and he's like mourning this with his clone that he did hate, but now he's just like,
maybe
we're
if
gonna
we-
kill people now?
What he was saying was like maybe if we looked at the things that made us alike instead of the things that made us different, like we could share the same sky or something. It was really touching. Like
That's some heavy ass shit
It
for a
was
children's
huge.
movie.
Pikachu cried and Ash
Yeah.
came back to life.
and I cried.
Like-
I remember being in the theater in absolute tears.
It gets me to blubber
Like
up.
Avengers Infinity War level tears. Like
What was that recent Pokemon movie? It was the Pokemon movie reboot, where they covered like 50% of the series.
in a movie, yeah. The one where Pikachu talked.
What?
That made headlines because people were outraged Pikachu talked in what was clearly a dream. They were like, "Oh no,
He
Pikachu
should
can't
never
talk,
though.
not even in
I-
dreams."
Yeah,
I don't want him to talk ever.
His journey in movie form, it was really good. We all sat down and watched
Yeah.
it, and at the very end, like Pikachu goes through. There's like a traumatic event, and Pikachu
Well-
talks to Ash. But that was actually a really good movie. I like that one too. I cried.
Yeah.
Well,
I cried a
The
lot.
only, the only reason why Pikachu's never talked is because they couldn't afford Ryan Reynolds. But now they have money. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So,
I don't know. That's $1 million company right there.
Dude.
Pokemon is rolling in it.
do you
Wasn't
think?
there- Go on.
I was gonna say no. You go on.
Oh, well, I was going to say, like, in the TV show, there's some emotional ass shit, dude. There was an episode, I'm pretty sure, where Ash wanted Pikachu to go be with the other Pikachus, and he, like, released him in the wild, and, like, Pikachu, like, turned back and looked at him, and he's like, just go.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
oh,
Did you ever say goodbye to Butterfree?
Yeah,
Huh?
we've already said goodbye to Butterfree by that point.
Yeah. But I mean, Butterfly was like, I don't know.
Whoa.
Speaking of which,
You watch
did you
your
guys
mouth
see that there's
around
a...
Butterfree, sir.
Whatever. Butterfree's Butterfree.
Well, what's
You
your...
watch your mouth, sir. You're
What
about to
about-
catch a confused ray straight to your dome.
That's Alex's favorite Pokemon is Butterfree.
Oh yeah, we never said
Rob's
who was
is
his favorite.
yours.
Whose favorite
Rob's is Bright
Pokemon?
Shoes.
So what's
So
yours,
Rob's-
Ryan?
Mine's a tie. Like, okay, I've got two. I've got a favorite Pokemon and I've got a favorite Pokemon card because of the artwork. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fair.
So my favorite Pokemon is probably Scyther, and my favorite
Scyther?
Pokemon card, yeah, is probably Flareon. Flareon card. I used to carry the Flareon card in my wallet, dude. Like just because it was cool. That's what I was
Show it off.
Like
I'm
I could
not
just like
kidding.
meet a girl and be
You
like,
would
hey,
show
check
it
out my
off. I remember
Flareon.
that happening at parties.
That's
my God.
sick.
You like
Would I see my
unzip your
Flareon
zipper
card?
And it
instead of a
worked.
penis
I
comes
swear to
out,
God.
a Pokemon card comes out. Oh, it's my hologram. Sorry.
Sorry, I dropped
I
this.
swear to God.
Sir, I'm gonna need to see some ID. Oh, is that a Flareon card?
Oh, you're...
Carry on, carry on.
That's
Oh my
funny.
gosh.
Got me out of many speeding tickets.
So why Scyther?
I was just badass, and I really like the his evolution too. What is it? I just got one actually recently in Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
it was
Sizor, yeah.
obnoxious as shit in Melee.
Yeah.
That's when I learned about that one.
Okay, Alex, what's your favorite? You know what we'll do? What's your favorite Pokemon and what's your favorite Pokemon card? Why not?
My favorite Pokemon was Butterfree. Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's whack.
You know what? You get stuck in a survival situation, y'all fucks can die. I don't give a shit.
You're
I'm
con-
getting out of every
You can't learn
situation.
flies.
Stunspore. Stunspore, good night, bitch. Good night. Good night. I'm having bear for dinner because he fell fucking asleep. Spore!
Wow.
You can't escape from the island because you don't have fly.
I can live there forever. There's food.
You can't get Gus though. It makes no sense.
I'll build a boat. I don't give a fuck. A little tiny rafty sailboat
That's a whole
shit.
separate
Have Gus
question.
the
What
goddamn
Pokemon do you
sail.
want to have on an island?
What about your card? What's your favorite card?
Any of the watercolor artwork cards I thought were fascinatingly beautiful.
Watercolor.
Yeah, do you remember those original watercolor images where part of them would be white still?
Mm,
It's like a design
I
feature.
think I do. I think I actually remember that. Hold on.
That artwork,
What generation is that?
that was number one.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was the first generation.
The Charizard and the Blastoise on the front of both of them were in that art style.
oh yeah. Okay, I know Shama. Yeah, like definitely the Blastoise for sure.
I think it was like this.
Yes,
Oh,
that was the
wasn't
watercolor.
the artist Ken something?
Yeah, all of those cards were fascinatingly beautiful.
I don't know. I don't think I
Yeah.
liked his Pikachu. He drew the fat Pikachu.
It was fat in
Yeah.
Generation 1 card. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
That's my girl.
That's my girl.
All right, Ari, what's yours?
Easily, it's been this Pokemon since day one. Like I've always had an Alakazam on my team.
Alexam's cool too.
Every time, even in the next gen when like they fixed him because he was broken.
He's broken as fuck.
Even when they fixed him, I still pick him over any other psychic. Like, yeah, he's the best. And as far as card, I think I would.
What card would you carry on in your wallet if you want to be super cool?
Probably Abra.
She's thrown off. She's playing clubs when it's clearly a Hearts book.
Just Abra, man. Like.
Does anyone else say the names of the Pokemon when they're like talking like Abra?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Scyther.
I hear the cries. I don't hear the.
Oh,
It
really?
depends on the mon.
I know the cries. It's awful.
I don't know
I
the
can
cries.
recognize a Zubat cry anywhere, and it makes.
Oh
me
yes, I could. Now that you, yeah, I could recognize the Zubat.
I can tell you my favorite Pokemon cry is Nidoking for sure.
That one's dope. But
But the card's cool.
The card is.
That was Jungle Edition, I think.
yeah. Yeah, the first two were the first edition. The Jungle set was the second.
Yeah, and then Fossil, and then Rocket, and then I lost after that.
Yeah.
See, you guys are naming all these great Pokemons, but to me, my favorite Pokemon card, hands down, Blastoise, the classic.
That was a good card. That was a good card.
I'm
to
talking
have.
about hologram. It's got to be hologram, holographic, whatever you want to say. But that's the best, and obviously the best Pokemon ever is Raichu.
Oh, I have to walk.
Objectively, no. I'll grant you subjectively.
See, the problem with Raichu is he has a big shoe to fill. Okay, because Pikachu is like the holy grail of Pokemon.
And he lets
right?
down.
He's the Mickey Mouse of Pokemon.
He's got big
he's-
shoes to fill, and he doesn't fill them. That's
Listen,
why everybody
okay.
hates him.
I don't know. We've never seen surfing Raichu or flying
Dude.
Raichu. Like,
You haven't gotten that far in
That's
Alola.
a really cool Pokemon card. Is surfing Pikachu.
That was
Dude, I always wanted a Raichu tattoo with a Aloha shirt.
That
There
would
you
be
go.
Cool. That
That's
would,
awesome.
Rob, that would be awesome.
You've got to get the
You gotta-
Alolan Raichu then. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's a second form. It's the Alolan form.
You can
Okay.
get Pika Blue. Remember Pika Blue?
Meryl.
Turned out to be Meryl, but back in the day it was
I
Pika Blue.
totally forgot about Meryl.
Here's a.
Meryl.
It is
I just
cute.
thought of this real quick. So the pop game. How come there's no Pokemon?
Because the world would break and they'd sell out instantaneously.
We'd create a divide by zero error somewhere in the code, and Amazon would shut down forever,
You think so?
Yeah.
and it would take the internet
I
with
would.
it.
Dude, this is gonna sound really horrible, and I know people are gonna hate me for this, but naturally I'm gonna say it online, because nothing lives online. But I was so upset because the Pokemon trailer came out. I was like, awesome. Then 3 hours later, Stan Lee died, and I was so pissed that he had to fucking die on the day that Pokemon trailer came out,
Pokemon killed him.
and it made me upset. Now I'm sad. I'm sad that Stan Lee died, obviously for obvious reasons. Guys, two of his sons were autistic, and part of the reason why he made Spider-Man is because his son was autistic, and Spider-Man is kind of autistic. So I can understand why that's awesome. But I was so mad because he kind of took the glory away from it. I feel like more people were talking about the Stan Lee thing than they were the Pokemon.
Don't you think that's foreshadowing? Like, that's foreshadowing the future where Pokemon is going to kill Marvel. It killed Stan Lee, and now it's going to kill Marvel.
You know what? There are worse deaths
I mean,
than at the
it's gonna
hands
kill
of
Deadpool.
Pokemon.
It's gonna kill Deadpool.
Yeah.
Now
It
I
is
know
gonna
that.
kill Deadpool.
You know how I knew that me saying that was kind of bad because Alex didn't respond to me. Normally he says something,
What?
but he
What?
was
He
kinda
found
like-
out my towel.
he literally, I don't even have to look at him. I just know Alex is probably like, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. It's okay.
I think it's going to eclipse it, dude. I think Pokemon's going to eclipse Marvel and all that shit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it already has. As far as like money and games and franchise goes, you know what I mean? Like, you figure Disney's
The
number one,
value of
and
the
say Pokemon.
companies are it goes to Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it's been around. I mean, money wise, Pokemon from when it
That
came to now.
surprises me.
Yeah.
That really does surprise me.
The valuation of the companies, Pokemon is a far greater valued
Than Marvel.
corporation.
And I think with this movie adding to that, dude, it might eclipse some of the Marvel movies. You never know.
I don't know about that. This is their first
I'm not thinking it's
foray,
cinematic.
like- yeah, I don't know about that.
Now
Let me look
I will
that
say,
up now.
I'll say this. I think after this next Avengers movie, it will, the future of Marvel will go down. And I really hope that this Pokemon movie does so well that there is sequels. Because
I'm
be
a
great.
Oh, yeah.
on it. Like I don't.
Detective Squirtle? Detective Bulbasaur? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Man, Squirtle Squad. Like.
well, he's
Yeah,
I
give
mean,
me that spin-off where they're just
Squirrel
it's
Squad.
just Squirrel Squad hijinks.
Well, I mean, you can go with it. It's Detective Pikachu. Obviously, there's other crimes that happen. So obviously, you can continue on if you really wanted to. Just like it literally be like Law and Order on the big screen with
Dun,
Pokemon.
dun.
Now, did any of you guys play Detective Pikachu on the DS?
I did
No.
not.
Yeah, we didn't either. So
No.
I
think-
kind of. I
think
wonder
Pokemon
if they're like
was
selling out.
too.
Yeah.
Everybody's
I knew
buying.
it was
Hold
a
on.
thing.
So Disney acquired it in 2009 for 4.24 billion. So it's a fair valuation for Marvel. Proceed. I'm gonna get Pokemon Company's valuation.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Donald Trump money.
It's huge. It's massive, dude.
It's the biggest
Hey, I know, Alex, I know
That's
what you're about to say.
Niantic
Niantic.
is at 3 billion valuation, and that's
Hey.
just a piece of the Pokemon pie.
Well, look up Game Freak and
It's
No,
called
no.
the Pokemon Company now. They changed their name.
Because that's like, yeah, that's all they're known for.
Yeah.
I mean, that is.
there. How much is a Pokemon company worth?
Well, do you think they'll after this movie they'll come out with a better version of Detective Pikachu?
Right there.
Game? Yeah, probably. I think so. At least maybe a mobile game or something.
Yeah,
Wow.
because like, I mean that's
Pokemon
money right
Company is making 1.5 billion annually.
Pokemon franchise is worth 15 billion, assuming an interest rate of 10%.
Yeah, it eclipsed them years ago.
there. That was in
It sounds so
1999.
sad.
That
It was a nationwide phenomena, dude. It was like massive. I mean, like that was literally that defined
oh yeah.
everyone's childhood. I mean, it's like beyond comprehension, dude. Like how big it's gotten since then. I mean, it was a phenomenon. I mean, I don't think we even remember the craze. It was like the Furby craze, dude. Like when Pokemon came out,
Oh yeah.
it was just massive hysteria over
American
the cards, the
consumers
games.
were
I mean,
looking for the next flurry like that. Like for whatever reason, the market forces at the time just drove us hysterical, where we would go fad after fad after fad after fad like that. Do you
Yeah.
remember that run? It felt like all decade. It was just fad after fad.
there's Furbies, there's Pokemon, there's Beanie Babies, there was
Tamagotchi.
game systems. Tamagotchi was a big one.
Come on. Yo-yos. I was a huge yo-yo.
Yeah.
Yo-yo
Come
was
on.
out there. Yeah, that was a fad. That's like more like the spinner things we have nowadays.
I remember going down to a friend's house, Sean and Josh. They would have a How to Yo-Yo videotape on VHS, and we would watch it. And then
You know, Brian Bamford borrowed that, and I ended up watching it over his mom's house when she still lived on Breslin.
See, I was watching
Wow.
Pokemon VHS episodes 3 per
Just
tape.
look, it's a baby in
Speaking-
a carriage.
Speaking of Sean and Josh, dude, I still to this day remember trading Sean for his Haunter First Edition for some bullshit card.
You
He
were
was the
there.
predator.
And he's still
He was
he's
the
still pissed
predator.
about it, dude. He's still pissed about it.
God, if I ever talk to him again,
He's like, I never should trade you that First Edition Haunter.
Ryan, welcome to Team Rocket.
Oh yeah, I've been Team Rocket. There was a kid up the street that lived. I think his name was Mark. He lived by that kid Tochi's or whatever. And we'd go up there, and he was like, he was a younger kid, and we'd always go up there because he didn't really know. His parents had money, so he had all the cards, and he would just trade like without whatever, and we'd like hustle him, dude. We're little hustlers.
That's
I
Team
remember-
Rocket stuff right there.
I remember hearing about that
You
at
know,
the time.
When I
How
was
did you not experience that, Alex? I
Listen.
don't understand. Like, were you living in a bubble?
when I
You've met my parents.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
okay, listen. Time out. So when I go on job interviews, they always ask me, have you done anything? Or they just ask me a question. I always say, listen, I got to get this off my chest. When I was 9 years old, I walked down the Kmart. I stole a pack of Pokemon cards, and they all laugh, but I'm really telling them the truth. I used to steal Pokemon cards all the time, and
I mean, that's what it means. It brought out the worst in the kids.
I just wanted to get that off my chest because I'm sure my boss is listening. Because I told him about my podcast.
Oh, nice.
It was absolutely my parents used it as a behavioral tool. They're like, look, if you're good in school, we'll drive to the only card shop that was like off base. And it was some sketchy card shop. It was the only place you get Pokemon cards up there. We were in Spokane, Washington at the time. And
Do you remember that smell?
$5 a week. It was enough for a pack of cards.
Do you remember the smell of the card? The new cards, opening a new pack of.
Yeah, I've experienced that recently. Like,
Oh, I love that
bought
smell.
Magic cards recently. It's a delight.
I want that like as an air freshener in my room, like the new Pokemon card smell.
Oh my god. Dude, so do you think so crazy thing is like there's 700 and some Pokemon right now. Do you think like if someone like me is like, you know what, I'm gonna go out, I got a little bit of money, I'm gonna go start buying Pokemon cards. How hard would it be for me to get the first 300 Pokemon? Like,
Probably
is it-
pretty hard to get the first 150 because there's they're reprinted now. If you want to get like the original cards, it'd be pretty hard. I think.
Well, I wouldn't say original. I would just say like just reprinted. Do you think do they still sell that? Do you guys anybody know? If they still...
You can get first gen
You can get them in
reprinted.
the Walmart checkout line, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can very easily get the slew of reprints that have occurred of the first generation.
I think they sell them at GameStop too.
I'm gonna go to GameStop and steal those bitches.
What?
For old time's sake.
Oh God, dude, my grandfather would get them from yard sales, the cards, and this is how crazy I was, right? He would keep them in his closet, and he would give them to me like after school or whatever, like whenever something good for like chores. But I couldn't wait to get them and to find out what holographic was in them. So I would open them up and see if the holographic was in there, and then I would take glue, like super glue, and I'd super glue the pack shut, and then put them back, dude.
What is this, Christmas Eve?
That's how crazy I was, dude. Just because I had to get the card or find out what I had, what he had.
For someone that loves Pokemon so much, how come you do not have a Pokemon?
A
Pokemon tattoo?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd get a Pokemon tattoo, without a doubt.
I think we should get one.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
seen some really cool ones, dude.
I think all four of us should go and get some.
A New Age Abra right here on my forearm. That would be pretty cool.
I'd get like a Pokeball or something. You know what I mean? Something small, like a minimalistic thing. I wouldn't get like a Pokemon on your sleeve. I'd get maybe like a Pokemon ball.
Yeah, just get like the 6 balls that a trainer carries.
Just
yeah.
a master ball right there on my ring finger.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
I like the badges. The badges are probably my
The
favorite.
badge. I have a cool gym tank top that I ordered online. It's a tank top for working out, and it says Cerulean Gym on it, and it says Gym Leader Misty. So it's a gym T-shirt for a gym.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
cool.
No, I've seen those at Holloman. Somebody walked in with a pewter one time, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
For all the gyms.
Did you instantly become friends? Like.
No, I avoided them.
If we just become best friends.
No, that was not on base.
No, I think like the Pokemon Go craze was just one of the coolest things that like.
Oh, it's amazing!
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
I will be right back while you guys are talking.
Dude, every time I go to community day and I see all these people, like, it just gives that warm feeling of like all these people that are together for the same thing, that all love the same thing I do, and it's so over the top.
And meet other people or couples or like just instant friends.
And just shoot to shit for a couple minutes because you clearly know you have that in common.
Yeah, and there
unless
were,
on separate
people
teams
that were like 50 playing the game that knew about Pokemon as much as we did, and we're like, yo,
dude,
this is so cool. Like this guy's my dad's age, and
dude, seeing bald people.
I've run into so many older people.
That was
cool. Wild.
Huh?
As seeing bald people, like I'm old, aged, bald. Ask me when the next raid was.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. I'm telling you, the older generation, like people that are older than us, are playing. Like I see those fuckers with they're the ones with the 7 phones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like multiple accounts, like fucking tapping away. Like I'm a part of a Pokemon group, and like the person that runs the whole thing, who's like level 40, she's like my mom's age, if not older.
That's so cool. Like that's how we started. The best dates I've ever gone on were with him, for sure. And it was just walking around, catching Pokemon, talking Pokemon, and like we'd catch dinner, but we'd always go to a place that was like we'd sit in a booth that was on top of a Pokestop.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it.
The whole time.
Those are the best dates. Like it was totally like how.
Cool. So I'm lucky. Across the street from me is a church, which of course by default is a gym.
Yeah.
And
I
mean, it's like
right now.
I know. Well, dude. So like I mean, I always know when a raid's going on. Because like because the church is only active on Sunday, so like on any given weeknight, if I see 2 or more cars go back there, it's just like the raid on. And I'd walk across the street, and I meet the most random, like people from all walks of life. Like there was a guy who rolled up in like a Camaro, like tricked out rims, spinning. He gets out, there's just weed smoke blowing. He's got a freaking do-rag on, just like total gangster, dude. And like comes out, he's like, "You here for the raid?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Like,
I love seeing that interaction.
People from all
it's like great, man.
In this game, it was so cool.
Yeah.
Like where I worked at a hotel, and we had a Pokemon stop nearby, and our Our assistant general manager was actually a really big Pokemon fan, and we had signs up that said, "Come see our gym." You know, like it was so
that's
cool.
awesome.
It was really neat. It was a lot of fun.
But have you guys ever experienced like where, I don't know, like if you're not a part of the yellow team or whatever team's there, if you're on like opposing teams, they kind of like segregate you a little bit. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I gotta ask, like, what teams were you? Like Mystic, Valor.
So like there is like that kind of negative. Like if the group gets too big for a raid, they do kind of segregate you off. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, you're not part of the Valor. Or you're not part of the Mystic. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
so
All about the Crips. Crips.
I'm Team Mystic. I've been repping Mystics for years now.
Mystic.
So
No, honestly, like I would have been team. What was it? Instinct. I would have absolutely have been Team Instinct if it weren't for this guy. Like, for sure.
Insync?
Instinct. Yellow team.
The yellow team for sure.
Insync?
I could have guessed that from you saying that you were always the odd. Like Instinct is definitely the odd one out. It's usually either Mystic or Valor.
Yeah, no, Mystic and Valor. It's so fun to see. Like, I love the rivalry between Mystic and Valor, and how Instinct was always like, "Hey, man, there's a Pikachu." Like,
Come on, guys, there's a Bulbasaur over here.
Oh, one of the coolest stories I had was I think honestly it was Michael.
Yeah.
And then we had one time me and my buddy Johnny went walking around this boardwalk area that was just, there's so many Pokemon stops there, and everyone was there for Pokemon Go. It was like the week it came out. And I was like, dude, we got to go out there. We'll get a cup of coffee. We'll catch some Pokemon. We'll go out there and get some Pokemon. And I remember going, we parked the car, and I'm like, dude, he was talking to me, and I opened up Pokemon Go, and I was like, dude, there's a Blastoise right outside the car. I'm like, we got to go. So I scramble out of the car, and there's a crowd of people out there. I'm like, there's a Blastoise, and I yell it out into the crowd, and everyone starts running towards me. It was the wildest thing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Cool.
That's like the closest it comes to that. Remember the commercial for Pokemon Go was like everyone was rushing towards this Mewtwo in Times Square. Yeah. Everyone's trying to fight it. Like that's like the closest. Everyone's got that. Like that happens in real life. You know what I mean? Like you say.
It was so cool. It's just really neat to be in that space.
You know, my last when I lived in Charlotte, I worked for a company called Harris Teeter, and the grocery store was a gym.
High ass prices in Harris.
So yeah. But the grocery store was a gym. So every now and then you would see like a group of like 15 people just sitting at Starbucks, and you're like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah. What they were doing.
Oh, I know. They're playing their ball.
It's a fun game to pick that out, like who's playing what. You know what I mean? Like we're walking around like town, and like you'll see like people on their phones, and you're like, some people are just legitimate on their phones, but some people are playing Pokemon Go, and you're like, it's play that game like.
Curveball.
Yeah, I know. You always know who it is because of the curveball. Like everyone throws curveballs, so that's a fun thing to do sometimes.
What one question, last question I have, what do you guys want the future of Pokemon to be? Like, what do you want next to happen?
I think you hit it on the head, Rob, with open world Pokemon.
Oh, dude, open world Pokemon game would break records.
I love that. Like it was so neat that they did that with Zelda. Like I'm ready for it to happen to
Breath
one of my
the Wild
other favorite franchises.
Is still Game of the Year 2018.
Well, I'm just saying, like, imagine, same concept, same thing, just Ash Ketchum, just walking around with fucking a little Pokemon.
I'm done with Ash. Like I just want to see more like customization for your avatar. Like.
Well, yeah, that's true. You can do
Beyond the 4 skin tones and 2 genders.
How many genders do you need in this game?
You know, I don't know.
2019 is
me
transgender.
Total options for character. That is not enough choice. We agree.
Hold up. I don't know if my mind's always in the. Pretty sure I just heard Alex say foreskin. Or did you say 4 skins?
Yes, that's the skin tones. Actually,
See now everything you say makes sense. Because first I thought you said, well, the 4 skins. I want to see everything in different colors, and I'm like, the fuck?
No, I'm just so pumped to be able to play a character with like a darker complexion. For me, like that's cool. That's so cool. Like I used to have to play as a boy every time.
Yeah. I'd be happy with battling and Go.
Without battling?
No, I'm just stoked for. I'm looking forward to battling in Pokemon Go. That's what
That's still not there yet. Is why I uninstalled it twice.
Oh, we stopped.
Yeah, it would add a good thing.
Like I could go up to one of you guys and battle you.
Yes.
No, I'm. You said what am I looking forward to? That's what I'm looking forward to. That's what
Okay.
I'm.
Oh, so they haven't
not
come
out
out
yet.
with it yet. Okay.
No, it's in the. I mean, I'm assuming it's in the works. I don't know. That's all it's missing before it's a complete Pokemon game. I mean, if you could battle other trainers and like
It's
somehow
missing
level up your
one more
Pokemon
thing.
or earn Stardust, like
It's
Well,
missing
honestly,
one more thing, and it's Pokebank compatibility. I swear
What?
to God.
Well,
Let me keep my mons.
Isn't Let's Go supposed to be Pokebank compatible maybe in the future?
They're talking about it as a patch later on. They're still trying to work out the bugs with Pokemon Go getting imported in.
Wow.
Just concatenate the multiple things. Get it one contiguous space so you can play Pokemon, the same Pokemon, on the Switch, the phone, or the 3DS. I'm not asking a lot.
Well, that's kind of the direction they're going in.
They're
'cause
trying
you can
to,
port
yeah.
your Pokemon from Go into Let's Go.
You know, I'm gonna say this, and I really hope they bring back Pokemon Snap. One of the best games they've ever made.
Oh,
Pokemon
Jesus.
Stadium, for sure.
No, you know what?
Pokemon
I really
Stadium was
did love
tight.
both Stadium and Snap. I thought they were
Stadium.
both delightful.
I like Snap too.
I mean, you don't understand how many bad fucking pictures I took in Snap. You got like a little foot here. You got a like, big ass here.
Now,
Like,
did any of you guys ever see a Pokemon Snap arcade?
no.
no.
How was that?
I have this memory from my childhood, and I'm not sure if like maybe I got confused or something, but I swear to you guys, like my dad used to work at the Officers Club on base, and they had a Pokemon Snap arcade machine, and I used to go there with my dad on some nights, and that's all I would do is I just sit at that arcade machine and play Pokemon Snap there. And I swear, I've never.
I think that's a figment of your imagination.
Maybe I was just playing some kind of like Galaga instead.
I am looking this up right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might be some fact checking thing.
Well, no, I mean it's right here. It says Pokemon Snap arcade machine.
Is it
Holy
really?
shit.
Let's look this up. That's something I've
Well,
never seen.
this is what it looks like.
I can't really.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like an arcade machine.
That
No,
looks
I
like a
remember
that
demo
one.
in GameStop.
Yeah.
No, I remember that one being in like Burger King's. I would play that one.
Let me see.
Back when Burger King
Did
still
you
had
use
an
Pokemon
N64.
Snap to get Surfing Pikachu for Pokemon Yellow?
Yes.
I don't know. I can't remember. There was a way you could get Pikachu, Surfing Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow.
You can only get
It was
it
a
in
mini
Pokemon
game.
Yellow, I thought.
And it was
Yeah, you can only get in Yellow, but
and in tandem with Stadium or Snap, and I think it was
I
Stadium.
think you're right. I think it was. I thought it was Snap.
I got it, dude. And you could play the mini game in Yellow and it was actually not a bad little mini
You
game.
could only access the minigame if you already had acquired a Surfing Pikachu, though.
Like I had the Surfing Pikachu, and then like you had to go somewhere for it. I don't know. It was definitely cross compatibility for one of those games,
Yeah.
and I got it somehow, and I was like fucking stoked.
Wow. There's a lot of Pokemon games out there.
Dude, it's huge.
7 generations of Mons. Over 750 Mons.
I've
think it's
honestly wanted to get into
753.
Pokemon Mystery
I
Dungeon.
don't know. I, ladies and gentlemen, am gonna have to get off.
Oh.
I have to, it's.
Ew, you sick freak.
Listen, all this talk about Squirtles, Weedle, Foreskin,
Jigglypuffs.
and Jigglypuff's naked, like.
Oh, I look like balls.
No,
Testicles.
But yes, you guys continue. You talk about your Pokemon. I'm gonna have to call it a night.
That's actually an hour. So let's wrap this one up for the first ever edition of the Pokemon Quorum on Couch on Fire podcast.
So this is gonna be 2 episodes or just one big one?
We're gonna do one big one to announce the Quorum as a recurring thing,
Well, you guys
Okay.
invite me back if you talk Final Fantasy.
and Pokemon.
No.
It'll be the Nerd Quorum.
Ryan likes to talk about Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, snake.
That's true.
He is
of
obsessed with
movies.
Metal Gear Solid and God
I
of War.
want a Foxhound tattoo.
Okay.
Like that's on my list for sure.
Did you see
Well-
him in the Smash trailer? That was hilarious.
In
Which
the
one?
box. pretending to
yeah.
hide, annihilated.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to the Couch on Fire podcast.
And have a good night, guys.